Last time, we looked at what Warren W. Wiersbe taught about false piety, because in Luke 14, Wiersbe shows us that Jesus didn't expose just one problem. He uncovered several hidden heart issues sitting right there at that dinner table. Today, we continue that journey. A respected Pharisee is hosting an important dinner, and the most religious men of the community are walking in. Their robes swing as they move. Their eyes glance quickly from person to person, each one measuring the room, trying to judge who is honored, who is respected, and who is worth watching. Jesus enters quietly. He is the only one not trying to impress anyone, but he sees everything. The guests begin choosing their seats, and suddenly the dinner looks less like a peaceful gathering and more like a silent competition. Men rush to sit in the spots closest to the host, the places of honor. They aren't thinking about the meal. They are thinking about status, influence, appearance. To everyone else, it looks normal. To Jesus, it reveals the heart. So he tells a simple story. He says, when you are invited to a feast, don't take the best place. Sit in the lowest place and let the host lift you up. The room grows quiet because Jesus isn't talking about chairs. He is talking about pride, the desire to be noticed, the hunger to be admired. Everyone around that table came wanting to be seen, but Jesus came to remind them that the one who lifts himself will be brought low, and the one who humbles himself will be lifted by God. In that moment, you can almost feel the pride in the room shrinking. The men who had rushed for the best seats now feel exposed. But Jesus isn't finished, because the pride doesn't only show up in where we want to sit, it shows up in who we want to welcome. The same people who wanted the best seats also wanted the best guests. Their hearts didn't just crave honor, they craved benefit. And so Jesus turns his eyes toward the host, the man who planned the whole dinner. The host smiles, thinking he has done something generous by inviting Jesus. But Jesus gently says, when you invite people, don't invite only those who can repay you. The room freezes, because that was exactly what the host had done. He had invited people who could raise his reputation, people who could invite him back, people who made him look important. His hospitality was not love, it was strategy, a kind gesture with conditions attached. Jesus tells him, invite the poor, the broken, the ones who cannot give you anything back. The guests are shocked. The host is silent, because Jesus has uncovered something deeper. Hospitality that pretends to be kindness, but is actually self-interest. And now, the whole dinner room feels like a mirror. The men who wanted the best seats suddenly see their pride. The host, who invited only the right people, suddenly sees the emptiness of his motives. The room that felt full of honor now feels full of truth. Jesus didn't embarrass them. He revealed them. He helped them see that real faith isn't about being admired by people, and real love isn't about being repaid. God's kingdom is built on humility, generosity, and love with no strings attached. But he didn't leave them with shame. He left them with an invitation to live a life where we stop climbing and start kneeling, where we stop using people and start serving them, where we open our tables and our hearts to those who cannot repay us, because that is the kind of love that reflects God Himself, the God who welcomed us when we had nothing to offer Him. So, in the end, that dinner in Luke 14 shows us one thing clearly. God is not looking at our seat or our guest list. He is looking at our heart. False popularity seeks attention. False hospitality seeks benefit. But true discipleship seeks Jesus. May we choose humility instead of honor, service instead of status, and love that expects nothing in return. That is the way of Christ, and that is the lesson this dinner still teaches us today.